Something really big is happening in the American housing market right now. And it's not just about buying and selling, it's a full-blown migration. People are seriously rethinking where they want to live, and it's kicking off this massive national reshuffle. So, what's behind it all? Let's jump into the numbers. Okay, look at this number, 18.8%. Right now, that is the percentage of American homebuyers who are looking for a home in a totally different city. This isn't just some niche trend, okay? This is a huge and growing force that's shaping the entire market. I mean, think about that for a second. Nearly 1 out of every 5 homebuyers is packing up, ready to put their old city in the rearview mirror. So that leaves us with a few pretty big questions, right? Where are they all headed? What places are they leaving? And most importantly, what's the one big thing that's pushing them to make such a huge change? We're going to break it all down. All right, first up, let's talk about America's big move. We're going to dig into the data here to see just how deep this whole relocation trend goes and, whether it's actually here to stay. And let me tell you, this is not just some fleeting post-pandemic thing. Just look at that steady climb. 5 years ago, it was under 16%. A year ago, it was almost 18%. And today, we're pushing 19%. This isn't just a reaction to something. It's a real, long-term shift in how people are deciding where to plant their roots. So with nearly 1 in 5 homebuyers on the move, you've got to ask, where are they all going? Let's dive into the top spots, the cities that are basically winning the national migration lottery. But before we get to that list, let's get a key term down, net inflow. It's actually super simple. It's just the number of people who want to move in minus the number of people who want to move out. So a high net inflow, that means a city is a serious magnet for new folks. And here are those magnets. You've got Sacramento and Las Vegas right at the top. But then look at the rest of this list. Cape Coral, Northport, Miami, Orlando. Are you seeing the pattern here? The Sun Belt, and Florida especially, is absolutely where America is moving. Yeah, when you look at these hotspots, 2 themes just scream out at you loud and clear. People are chasing more affordable housing, and they're chasing the sun. It's a powerful 1-2 punch that is completely redrawing the map. Okay, now for the other side of that coin. For every city that's pulling people in, there's another one that people are leaving behind. So which places are seeing the biggest exodus? And the key term for this is net outflow. It's the exact opposite of what we just talked about. It's a measure of how many more people are trying to leave a city than move in. A high net outflow means people are heading for the exits. And here they are. This list is basically a who's who of America's biggest cities, right? Los Angeles and New York are leading the pack, followed by the Bay Area, Seattle, and Chicago. These are massive economic engines, but their own residents are voting with their moving trucks. And the pattern here is just as obvious. People are bailing on these expensive coastal job centers. And what's the one thing they all have in common? Sky-high housing costs. Which brings us to the absolute heart of this entire story. It's the one thing that explains pretty much everything we've seen so far. That simple, powerful search for affordability. Let's make this super concrete. The number 1 city people are leaving is Los Angeles. One of the top cities they're going to is Las Vegas. So just how big of a difference are we talking about when it comes to your money? Wow. I mean, this says it all, doesn't it? You could move from LA to Vegas and literally cut your housing costs in half. For a lot of families, that's not just a nice idea, that is life-changing. This single economic reality is the engine driving this entire national reshuffling. And this affordability gap, it's not just a city versus city thing. When you zoom out, you see the exact same story playing out between entire states, but on a massive scale. So on the state level, Florida is just in a league of its own. It's not just number 1. It's pulling in about twice as many homebuyers as the next 2 states, South Carolina and Arizona, combined. That's incredible. And on the flip side, the states people are ditching in the biggest numbers are, well, exactly who you'd expect based on the city data. No surprises here. California leads the pack, followed by other states with huge, expensive job hubs like New York, Illinois, Washington, and Massachusetts. The pattern holds up, whether you're looking at a single city or an entire state. So after sifting through all this data, what's the bottom line? What's the main thing you should take away from this great American migration? It really boils down to 3 simple points. First, this is a huge trend. We're talking nearly 1 in 5 homebuyers on the move. Second, their motivation couldn't be clearer. They're chasing affordability and sunshine. And third, this is creating a very distinct flow of people. out of those big, expensive coastal hubs and straight into the Sunbelt. And that leaves us with a really important question. See, this isn't just a housing story. It's a story about the changing priorities of American life. And as this migration keeps going, it's going to fundamentally alter the economic and cultural landscape of the entire country. That's not just a trend. That is a transformation, and it's one we should all be watching.